Hello and welcome to MarkLogic in the Cloud for MarkLogic University. In this episode, we'll talk about running MarkLogic on Microsoft's Azure platform. To follow along with this tutorial, you'll need a valid Microsoft account. In this video, you will learn about using MarkLogic on Azure, including creating a cluster. There are many benefits to running MarkLogic in the cloud. This can include minimizing your downtime. By leveraging cloud technologies, you can have a geographically dispersed installation in case of disasters, without the cost of actually maintaining multiple physical locations. The cloud can allow you to expand and contract your footprint, adding and removing nodes to match your current demands, without needing to purchase or be stuck with physical hardware. Realize that MarkLogic running in the cloud is still MarkLogic, with all of its power and flexibility. This means that moving from a local installation to the cloud, or from one cloud provider to another, can be done without a major overhaul. Using MarkLogic in this way can help assure your cloud neutrality and be a step to minimizing your risk exposure from future technology shifts. Starting from the Azure dashboard, we will launch the marketplace and search for MarkLogic. From the list, you can choose between Developer or bring your own license. For this demonstration, we will choose Developer. At the bottom of the description screen, click the Create button. Fill in a name for this instance. Supply a username and password. Since this is our first instance, we need to name a new resource group. We need to choose an appropriate configuration that has at least 4 cores and 2 gigs of memory. This is where you could set up high availability and turn on monitoring. We'll keep it simple and just click OK. If you really liked this configuration, you could download the template and parameters to share or use again. Verify that everything looks good and click Purchase. Wait for the deployment to finish, watching the bell or icon on the dashboard, and the machine should appear in the virtual machine list on the left. Click on the machine and find the IP address. Click on the address, set the DNS name label, and click Save. Make note of the domain details below the label. Use the DNS name that you supplied and the domain details to bring up the admin interface on port 8001. We'll then go ahead and initialize the node. Success! We now have a MarkLogic node up and running. Now let's create a second one. This time we are going to choose a different location so that our images are not running in the same geographic location. You can use this technique to help facilitate disaster recovery. For demonstration purposes, we will cluster these nodes together to prove the nodes can see each other. Remember, this time we are going to add our new node to a cluster, referencing the URL for our original node. Creating a cluster can be that easy. Once the reboot is complete, we can go back to our original node and refresh the admin interface to see the new node has been added to the cluster. Learn more about MarkLogic in the cloud at docs.marklogic.com. Also, you can refer to the Azure product page at developer.marklogic.com. In this episode, you learned about using MarkLogic on Azure, including creating a cluster. To get MarkLogic, download it from developer.marklogic.com. Get more training by visiting marklogic.com/training. Also, a complete selection of on-demand topics is available at mlu.marklogic.com/on-demand. Or download the MarkLogic mobile app available on both the Apple App Store and Google Play. And don't forget to show off what you've learned. Add MarkLogic as a skill on your LinkedIn profile today. Thank you for watching this MarkLogic University on-demand tutorial.